Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about American Graffiti, and this movie is directed by George Lucas, and it came out in 1973, and I've never seen this movie before, and I've heard that this was one of George Lucas's, one of his good movies that he made before Star Wars, and I enjoyed the movie overall, and what this movie is to me, like structurally, it's very reminiscent to Do the Right Thing in the sense that it takes place over the course of like one day, but in this case it's one night, and it's just like from late in the day all the way up to like early in the morning and it goes over the course of like 12 hours or so. I have no idea, but anyways, that's basically what the movie is, and it's just watching all these characters do different things because it's like their last night being together, and like they all want to do different things, and you see the relationships develop and where they go. And I really like the characters in the movie. I think they're all very likable, and the performances were really good, and it was a very entertaining movie for me. And there were some parts of the story that I found to be more interesting than other parts of the movie. And I will rewatch this movie just to see how I feel on a second watch, because I do want to see it again. And there are scenes and moments that I would love to revisit, and this movie is very soundtrack heavy, and there's lots of songs playing throughout the film. And that's just something you're going to have to get used to when you get into the movie. I like all the songs. It's just I was caught off guard by the number of songs that were actually in the movie. And also, I really wanted to mention really quickly, I think this is the earliest movie I've seen with Harrison Ford in it, because for the vast majority of the movie I didn't even recognize him until the very end, and he's not like a huge character in the movie at all, but once I recognized him towards the end of the movie in the last 10 minutes, I was like, oh, that's Harrison Ford. Like, I almost didn't recognize him. In terms of issues that I had with the movie, I did feel as though the movie was too long, and I felt it just could have been shorter, because halfway through the movie I was starting to get kind of tired while watching the movie, and I was like, okay, let's just get this over with, because it kind of just became like the same thing over and over again. Cut to these characters, cut to these characters, cut to these characters, and to see how their night is developing out and where it eventually leads to. And as much as I like those characters, it just didn't feel as though there was much going on in the grand scheme of things, and in the sense like, what am I going to get out of this movie, like, narratively? Because there isn't really a lot of story here. It's mostly just characters, and I like the characters, and like I said, the characters and performances worked, and that's most of what you get out of the movie. But there were some things that kind of dragged it down for me, like the directing in the movie. I didn't think it was, like, special. It's like it could have been directed by anyone, and I wouldn't even notice if it wasn't directed by George Lucas, because there wasn't really much style here. And the way things were shot, it was always way too close, and I didn't really get a sense of the location, really. And I just wanted to see the environment, but all you get is like a bunch of mediums and close-ups, and that's about it. You don't really... There are no establishing shots throughout the entire film, and I really wished that we got at least one of those. Or at least a couple wide shots so I could see the location a bit better. And I did like the ending quite a bit. I do think that the movie was brought up a bit by the very end of the movie, right before the credits started to roll. And that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. And it ended strong, and there were lots of things that I liked about it, and I liked the tone of the movie, and all the dialogue felt natural. Nothing felt forced or stale and boring, and it all worked for me. except for like a few things in terms of its presentation. But overall, I think it's a good movie. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give American Graffiti a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of American Graffiti, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Dawn of the Dead from 2004, not the original from 1978. I'm talking about the 2004 Zack Snyder remake. I haven't seen either of them, but the 2004 version was on Netflix, and it's just convenient for me to watch right now, so I thought, like, I'll just watch it while I have the chance. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.